Hi, good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Harrell. I wanted to get you guys out here to your home site and show you what we got going on. I'm not sure if you've had the opportunity to come out to your home site at all lately or not, but probably looks a little bit different than last time we spoke on the phone. So I just kind of want to run you through what we've been up to and kind of where we're headed at into next week. So as you guys can see, obviously on the outside of the house, the siding is now complete. One of the questions I always get about the siding is this my final color on the house? And I promise you it's not. This is just all raw hardy board material, and eventually we get to a point where we're actually able to paint the outside of the house. So that should be coming up here relatively soon. Over here on the left side of your lot, you got a nice size hole dug right over here. This is essentially where we run your underground electrical lateral. You can see it runs all the way back there to your power box back there. So they make all that connection there, and then they run your service lateral all the way up there to your meter, and then you'll have some wires that stick out of there, or at least get connected in your meter box there. Well, let's bring you guys on inside, show you what we've been working on here. As we walk inside, you'll notice that your sheetrock is essentially complete. We have walls sanded, ready to go. And then of course, as we walk inside, you notice we got the trim completed here. Typically about this stage, we like to have the cabinets installed. You don't see any cabinets at this point in time. It's one of the biggest delays that we're seeing right now from MasterBrand, is we are not getting our cabinets in on time. So they're sending those cabinets out a little bit later in the process. So we're just getting them installed typically after rough paint gets done. So not to worry, you'll eventually see your cabinets get installed, just not quite at this time. So MasterBrand is definitely one of the companies that have been hit. Oliver's Kitchen and Bath is the installers that do that for us, but their manufacturer is MasterBrand. So, but that doesn't really hold us up too much on the trim. They just usually leave the areas off around those cabinets so they can come in later and install it around the cabinets. But good news is sheetrock is ready to go. We are actually ready to move into rough paint. So again, you can kind of see where they leave that trim. They just stop it short there, waiting for the cabinet installs here. Right now we're looking at the butler's pantry area coming off the formal dining space there. To my left here is gonna be your pantry. You got some wire shelving going in there. Of course, you got the kitchen here. We've seen that already. Then out into the great room. 5 1/4 baseboard, always a good way to go. That always looks really good. We got that flex room right here. Red flag right here. Looks like they have not installed this door. I did see that door sitting out there in the garage, so I'll have to reach out to the installers to find out why they didn't install my door there. Take y'all on upstairs here. All right, into the loft area. Looking pretty good. We'll go over to the right bedroom coming up the stairs. You got the walk-in closet here. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. A lot of natural light in this bedroom. Got the 2 windows there. I like that. And of course you got another walk-in closet there. All right, and then you got the little hallway here right above my head is where those pull-down stairs are going to be located. And then you got the hall bath here. Of course, you got the laundry room, structured wiring panel there. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that when we get to your pre-closing orientation. All right, of course, we got the master bedroom here. Again, tons of natural light. I also like the fact they got 2 supply lines here in the master for your HVAC and a return there. Always helps with that air quality and just overall efficiency of the system. All right, and then we got the master bath here. We'll break down what we got here in a second, just kind of give you the quick little walkthrough. Of course, you got the dual vanity, the closet here. Then you got the water closet. The toilet's gonna be located, and then you've got the closet over here on the other side. All right, so something I like to talk about really quick. So here in the master bath, so this is obviously an area where you guys are going to be getting tile installed. So one of the questions I always get is, what's going on behind my tile? How do we, how are we making sure it's protected against moisture intrusion or water leaks? I think one of the most common areas a lot of people see, tile showers fail is typically right down here in those corners. You'll start to see that rot out, turn black, and all that fun stuff. So the whole point of what you see right here, so obviously behind the Kerdi membrane is what this is called, is your moisture resistant sheetrock. So if you can see right up there, it's a little bit different color. That's actually green board that sits behind there. A little bit different color than the rest of the sheetrock you see in the house. So behind your Kerdi membrane, you got moisture resistant sheetrock. Then over the top of that, they installed this moisture resistant membrane called Kerdi. So the whole point of this is just to make sure that, if you're taking a shower and water happens to get through the grout behind the tile, that water has somewhere to go. So this is installed shingles style from the bottom up. So you got the overlap layers. So if water does get behind there, it's going to be able to freely flow all the way from the top down. It's not going to get caught up by anything. And then it's going to get all the way down here to your pan flange. And then right down here in each of the left and right corners of your pan here, you have what they call weep holes. So when you guys come into the house here and you happen to notice where the tile might be notched out a little bit right there, and then you got that little hole, it's done on purpose. Again, so that water is going to run all the way down, it's going to hit that lip, and then it's going to run over here into that weep hole, and then drain right back here into the shower. So just a quick little tidbit of knowledge. So once the Kerdi is done, next thing we got going in here is we're gonna have tile get installed, and then of course we will be grouting that also. Another little quick tip is anytime you have any sort of grout installed in the house, it's always a good idea to seal the grout. We do not seal any of the grout. Most of your grouts do have their own little sealing agent in it, but it's definitely not as good or as effective as more of a topical grout sealing treatment. So definitely recommend it. But that is essentially all we've got going on this week. Like I said, next week we're going to be moving into your rough paint. That usually takes us about a week to complete. So starting on Monday, I'm going to try to get my permanent service inspection done so I can get power released to all these outlets here. They hopefully are going to be able to cover that trench this weekend. Depends on when I can get Coastal out here to really inspect that lateral. I might not be able to get my inspection on Monday, but we'll see how it goes. But of course, we will be in here doing high build primer as long as the painters show up on time. So we are definitely moving full steam ahead. Again, we don't typically see anything that kind of delays us at this point in time, so our construction schedule is still moving along just fine. We've already worked through all the scheduling for the cabinets, so that's not really holding us up at all. We just get them delivered a little bit later and installed a little bit later, but doesn't really affect our closing timeline, so we're still looking pretty good on that. And of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, call, text, shoot me an email, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys on your next update.